Good afternoon, on what is a cold, grey and cloudy day. It is Sunday the 19th of January, and I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to unbox. And what I've got in here is a copy of Chernobyl Roulette, a war story by Serhii Plokhy. And I do apologise if I have got the pronunciation of the author's name wrong. So, on 24th of February 2022, the first day of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, armoured vehicles approached the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. It was the most direct way for them to reach the capital, and an extraordinarily reckless plan after the disaster that had taken place there 3 decades earlier. The Russian occupation of the plant had begun. It would last 35 days. Closely reported and narrated from multiple perspectives, this is the story of the Ukrainians who were held hostage and worked against the clock to spare the world another nuclear accident. We meet Valentin Haiko. The foreman had also been there for the cleanup of the Chernobyl disaster in 1986 and turned 60 during the occupation. Plant workers who found a way to celebrate International Women's Day, despite all the odds. Russian officers who had no knowledge of nuclear reactors, and 4 illegal visitors who were caught up in the chaos. Gripping and unforgettable, Chernobyl Roulette sounds the alarm about the dangers of nuclear sites in an unprecedented time when plant workers are left to fight on their own while the world holds its breath. In a book that grips like the darkest of thrillers, Serhii Plokhy tells a remarkable story about human nature, uncertainty and courage. So yes, this is sort of like almost like a coda to the original events of 1986, the explosion of the Chernobyl nuclear plant in Ukraine, which of course would lead to multiple changes and attitudes within the Soviet Union, and also with regard to nuclear facilities and so on, and actually would ultimately lead to a book and a television adaptation of that book, which is really very gripping, frightening television, and well worth seeing if you've not seen that series. This then is sort of like, as I say, a coda to it, extra sort of like what happened next, what terrible thing happened next. And this is despite the fact that that the Russians and then the Ukrainians have been basically looking after the Chernobyl site, operating it for years, and ultimately essentially placing the I think it's number 4 reactor in a sarcophagus of concrete. So this is another one of those books that I picked up in the sale that I thought might be interesting. The contents page and a map of the situation of the Russo-Ukrainian war. And the invasion progress as it broke out. There are maps of the Chernobyl facility, and notes on the transliteration, preface, so on, setting you up for essentially countdown to the events themselves, what led up to the occupation and beyond. So there are strangely no photographs in here, so I can't show you those. I mean, that's slightly disappointing in a book like this, but there is an epilogue. There is essentially a more positive outcome of this story. It will come by notes, and sorry, I have cold fingers. As I say, it's a chilly day. The index, and of course, basically the author's biography there on the flyleaf. So that is Chernobyl Roulette, by a war story by Serhii Plokhy, which I think it would be interesting to say, if you've read or seen Chernobyl, then this is certainly something to follow up with. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing the book or game or role-playing software, in this case a very recent history book, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.